Hello and welcome to the news button. Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Rome on May 19th, marking the final stop of his five-nation diplomatic tour. PM Modi and PM Meloni share a very special kind of friendship and camaraderie. But beyond the viral selfies, melody toffees, jubilant smiles, informal walk and chat at the iconic Colosseum, social media buzz, and diplomatic optics, lies a serious geopolitical story unfolding between India and Italy. At global summits, cameras catch the chemistry. A smile here, a warm greeting there. The internet calls it the Modi Meloni moment or the Melody moment in short. But geopolitics is never about chemistry alone. Because behind the optics lies something far more consequential. India and Italy are discovering that they need each other in a rapidly changing world. And for India, this relationship could unlock strategic, technological, industrial, and geopolitical gains far bigger than many realize. India and Italy have elevated their relationship from a cordial friendship to a special strategic partnership grounded in the values of freedom and democracy. With both leaders noting the relationship has gathered unprecedented momentum. So, what India stands to gain from Modi's charm offensive in Rome? Well, first, India gains a powerful entry point into Europe. Italy is not yet another European country. It is Europe's manufacturing heavyweight, a major G7 economy, a Mediterranean strategic power, and increasingly one of the more pragmatic voices within Europe. For India, stronger ties with Italy means stronger influence within the European strategic ecosystem. At a time when India seeks deeper access to European technology, defense collaboration, clean energy partnerships, semiconductor ecosystems, supply chain diversification, Italy becomes an important gateway. Second, the Modi Meloni axis is also about China. This is where geopolitics becomes serious. Italy was the only G7 nation to formally join China's Belt and Road Initiative. But under Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, Rome began reassessing that dependence. Why? Because Europe increasingly fears the unhinged spread of Chinese power. It is tormented by China's economic overreach and because of that, its own strategic vulnerability, its manufacturing dependence, and more important, China's supply chain coercion. India benefits enormously from this shift. Because global companies looking for a China plus one destination increasingly see India as the alternative. And Italy's support strengthens India's position inside that larger realignment. Next, India can gain advanced manufacturing and design capabilities by aligning increasingly with Italy. Italy has world class strengths in precision engineering, industrial machinery, and automotive systems. It's a world leader in aerospace, defense manufacturing, and high end design and industrial automation. Special ties and collaboration with such a power will serve India immensely. It will help India in boosting up capacity building in critical areas. India's ambition is no longer just low cost manufacturing. India wants high value manufacturing leadership. And Italy's industrial ecosystem perfectly complements India's skill advantage. So, this partnership could accelerate joint manufacturing between both the countries, defense co production, and MSME modernization. It will also help India establish smart factories and green industrial technologies. In short, Italy brings sophistication, India brings scale. And that is without doubt a very powerful combination. Third, defense cooperation could become a major win for India. Europe is rapidly rearming, and India is seeking diversified defense partnerships beyond traditional suppliers. Italy's defense ecosystem offers best in the class opportunities in naval systems, aerospace technologies, electronics, sensors and radars, helicopter systems, defense manufacturing partnerships. For India's Make in India defense ambitions, this matters enormously, especially as India tries to become not just an arms importer, but a defense production hub. In line with that, both the countries established a comprehensive defense industrial roadmap focused on co developing and co producing military hardware under India's Make in India initiative. There would be joint development of warships, marine weapon systems, and specialized systems for the Indian Navy and Coast Guard, including advanced thrusters, dynamic positioning systems, and green propulsion solutions. India also wants to co design and co produce Italy's advanced military rotary wing aircraft. Under the deal, there would be co development and integration of high tech electronic warfare arrays and counter unmanned aerial systems. CUAS. India will also make direct procurement of the Black Shark advanced heavyweight torpedoes and launch systems from the Italian defense major Fincantieri. Under the deal, there is also the co development of AI enabled tactical decision support systems for coastal and maritime defense. This will integrate India's coastal defense with specialized Italian technologies. Fourth, the India Middle East Europe corridor changes everything. One of the most underrated geopolitical development is the proposed India Middle East Europe Economic Corridor or the IMEC. And Italy could become one of its major European anchors. If realized, IMEC could reduce dependence on vulnerable shipping routes, counterbalance China's Belt and Road Initiative, increase India Europe trade, turn India into a major connectivity power. This is not just about ports and railways. It's about redesigning global trade architecture. And Italy sits at the Mediterranean crossroads of that future. Fifth, Meloni's political style helps India. Unlike some ideological European leaders, Meloni has shown a more pragmatic approach towards India. She recognizes India's strategic importance, India's economic potential, India's geopolitical balancing role, and India's centrality in the Indo Pacific. That creates diplomatic comfort for New Delhi. India today prefers partnerships based on mutual interests, not moral lectures. And Rome increasingly appears aligned with that approach. Sixth, for Modi, Italy is not just a country, it's a strategic lever. The relationship with Italy will help India deepen its European footprint, attract investments, expand defense ties, and gain access to most advanced European manufacturing. The Modi Meloni special ties can help strengthen anti China supply chain shifts, build IMEC connectivity, and reinforce India's image as a trusted strategic partner. This isn't just a personal equation, but diplomacy serving economics, technology, and geopolitics simultaneously. Let's have a look at the key outcomes of this historic Modi visit. During the visit, both leaders formally upgraded the bilateral relationship, expanding cooperation across defense manufacturing, critical minerals, maritime security, and artificial intelligence. In terms of defense and trade, a new defense industrial roadmap was inked to promote co development and co production of military hardware. Both the nations pledged to expand annual bilateral trade to $20 billion by 2029. Bilateral agreements were also signed across multiple sectors, including agriculture, higher education, healthcare, specifically facilitating the mobility of Indian nurses to Italy, Ayurveda, and anti financial crime cooperation. Finally, during the High Voltage Summit, PM Modi emphasized the complementary strengths of the two nations, proposed a model to design and develop in India and Italy and deliver for the world. So, at the fag end, what is the bigger message of the historic Melody moments? Well, the Modi Meloni equation is not merely about optics or summit diplomacy. It reflects a deeper reality. India is no longer engaging the world from a position of dependence. It is engaging from a position of rising relevance, and countries across Europe increasingly recognize that the 21st century cannot be saved without India at the table. That is the real story behind the smiles, the handshakes, the selfies, and the headlines. In what other ways India should better its relation with Italy, let us know in the comment section. We will love to listen from you. Before leaving, do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Thanks for watching.